John Horne, track announcer for Vernon Downs for the Harness Racing Channel. And I'm here with two-time defending driving champion Leon Bailey.
Good to be here with you, John.
Leon, you're from a famous family here at Vernon Downs. Your grandfather, Jack the Ripper Bailey, and your father, Bill Bailey, were great drivers here. How did they help influence you when you were a youngster and you said, hey, I want to do the same as them?
Just from watching them as a little kid, coming to the races all the time and watching them race and seeing their success, I knew pretty early that I wanted to try to be that or do that. Definitely a lot of pointers along the way. I could go on for days and days about little pointers and things they've done to help me. One quote or something my father said to me that it sticks out was, never let anybody tell you how to drive. However you think a horse should be drove, you drive them that way. And, that's just one of the many that stick in my mind, but it definitely helped having those guys around for sure.
Can you tell us some of your favorite ones that you've driven in the years?
There's been quite a few of them. Right off the top of my head, Jenny Lake sticks in my mind. She still is a tough mare. Had a lot of success here. Waltrip Hanover for Jess and Howie Cusco is probably the first real good open horse that I got to drive. 411 was another one for Wayne Hughes. There's been quite a few for sure.
And I think, was it last year that for the first time you drove a horse under a minute and 50 seconds, I think 1:49 and 4?
Yeah, that was for Jeff Sorensen, War We Unique. That was, I thought it wouldn't be as hard to get to that point. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. There's a lot of guys that did it, but that was a pretty cool experience to go 1:49 and 4 with that horse.
We're here at closing night here at Vernon Downs, and last year at closing night was a pretty special night for you. You got your award for Driver of the Year, and something else happened in the winner's circle. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, I proposed to my now fiance Amanda Facine. She's a great girl. She's been by my side through a lot of good things and a lot of bad nights, and come out on the other side better. So definitely thankful to have her around.
One thing, a couple years ago when you won your first championship, I think you found out instead of chasing the guy with the bullseye, you became the guy with the bullseye. How did that change the way you did things, or did it make things better for you? Did you work harder? Was it easier or harder once you were the champion?
I wouldn't say it was harder. They were equally hard. I think there was definitely a lot more drive the second time around for me to kind of prove myself, prove that I was worthy of the title the year before. Definitely felt like I had a point to prove that second year, and not that I don't anyway, but I tried to win every race I could.
Also last year, you had a special night where you won 7 races in one night, and that hasn't happened too much. You tied several people for that, and then what was really amazing about it, I think you told me your grandmother was there as well. Tell us about that night and how that felt for you.
That was a pretty special night. There's been plenty of instances where you win 3 or 4 a night, and they kind of just come easy, so to speak. But then you start getting around the 5 or 6, and it's like, man, I really got a shot at this. And I was pushing for 8 that night, but we'll take 7. Tied some pretty good group of guys. I know Johnny Mack did it. I know Chris Lems has done it. Might be a couple more. Josh maybe have done it. So definitely not a bad company to be in.
And tell us about your grandmother being there, which you didn't even know she was going to be there. How
Right.
special that was.
Right. She has not come to many races. She's old now and kind of stays inside, but she was there that night, and it was pretty special to see her face there.
Now, as we get ready for next year, we'll be back April 2023. it's going to be 70-year anniversary. It's going to be very special here at Vernon Downs. Do you have any ideas what your plans are for next year? And besides, I think you're getting married in August.
Yeah, well, that'll be on the schedule for next summer. But I am not 100% sure. My plan as of right now is to be back here, but this business, a lot of things change without much notice, so we'll play it by ear. But as of now, the plan is to be back here.
I know one thing you said that you loved racing at Saratoga, but Vernon was home and was special to you. Tell us about that.
Vernon, I mean, you said it right there, is home. I grew up here right on the back stretch, so just the vibe of just coming into the backside is different. You can't match that feeling anywhere else in the world. You know, I love the racing here. I love the track itself, the 7/8 of a mile. It's more comfortable here. It's just home, and there's no track that could ever beat that.
One thing is, baseball players always pretend they're in the World Series, and it's the bottom of the seventh game, bottom of the ninth, and they always imagine themselves winning the thing. Now, as a kid, did you say, "Hey, I'm gonna be one of the best here. I'm gonna sometime have a title"? Did that ever cross your mind when you were a kid, or dream about it?
I don't think there was a day that I didn't pretend that. You know, there was a group of us kids around here growing up, and you know, we used to have little mini bike races and act like we were driving. And I used to tell everybody all the time I was going to be leading driver here one day. Didn't know if it was ever going to happen, so definitely thankful to get that.
One thing special about Vernon Downs is it's one big family, and there's lots of families that work together, that with the small barns especially. How did that happen in your life, and who's been the special people?
I mean, my dad and grandfather obviously were always special in my life. You know, my mom, who's now the outrider here, that's been something new and pretty cool to have her on the track every night when I'm racing, and you know, see me doing good or see me doing bad. Either way, it's good to have her there, and you know, her little words of encouragement or advice are always nice to have after a night of racing. So definitely thankful that she's here.
Yeah. Do you ever, as you're racing, do you look at her and like, wow, my mom's on here too?
Yeah. It's still a little strange to see her out there, but you know, every time we come out in post parade, I give her a little smirk, or after I win one, I'll, you know, send a look her way. So it's just really cool to have her there, and I'm so glad that she's here.
This is John Horne for the Harness Racing Channel. I'm again the track announcer at Vernon Downs. We're going to close things tonight, and we hope everybody has a great time. And Leon, you got any more last words to say?
Just you are watching the Harness Racing Channel, and this is Leon Bailey.